afternoon and a very warm welcome this afternoon. Please be upstanding for the class of 2025, this year's graduates. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, please remain standing for the King's Anthem.
สยามินพระยศสยิ่งยงเย็นศิราเพราะพระบริบาลหนพระคุณทรักษาพวงประชาเป็นสุขสันต์ขอบันดาลถ้าประสงค์ใดจงเสด็จดังหวังวรหฤทัยดูจะถวายชัยชัยโย
Thank you, and please be seated. Graduation is a special moment in any school calendar. It's something that students, families, teachers, and support staff look forward to. For the photographs, of course, but hopefully, more importantly, because of what it represents. Graduates, this ceremony and the celebration that follows is your moment. It's a recognition of everything you've worked for, the effort, the setbacks you've overcome, and the friendships you've built along the way. It's a tribute to your resilience, your commitment to your studies, to our school, and most importantly, to one another. My time with you has been short, but what's clear to me from our conversations, from the energy that you bring to the school, is that your time at Shrewsbury has been filled with growth, learning, challenge, and opportunity. You leave here not only with academic knowledge, but with the maturity and self-knowledge that prepares you for what comes next. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you all this past year. And whilst my introduction is brief, Mr. Miller, Miss Papps, Miss Phillips, Mr. Scott, Jelly, and Bouquet have plenty more things to say about you. However, before we begin today's ceremony properly, I'd like you to do something important. I'd like you all to acknowledge the community that has helped you get here. The teachers, support staff, and of course, your families. Their encouragement, care, and belief in you have made today possible. And so, graduates, before I hand over to Dr. J, I'd like you to stand. Turn to face those people and give them now a very big round of applause.
อลิสา คานสุขโขธนารินี สัจเดชแอนนาเบล คูเปอร์กัญญาภัทร ปลอดวิมุตติอโนมา ถาวรบุตรแอนโคอาริยา ศิลปะอาชาอาจารี สุหัตถาภรณ์พรพงษ์ อรุณรัตน์วิลเลียม แมคคี อาชวิทย์พัฒนาไพศาลจิดาพรเชี่ยวเชิงชนชัชวินกีรติวรสกุลแคสเปอร์ชิลลิงเวิร์ธภริมายุคนคณินทร์ ณัฐวุฒิสิทธิ์เคียนเคอร์ฟินโคโค่รอลลี่อมรวรรณถลางภูเบศรเอริกคอตเลอร์ธีรัตน์ประเสริฐสมสุรวิทย์เกียรติสุขสถิตย์จอร์จล็อกวูดสุรวัตรเกียรติสุขสถิตย์หาริตันติเตมิตรธีรวีเลิศพนมวรรณพัฒสวัสดิ์สุภสิรินันท์อดิยาพุทธานศรีนพมณีกรรณสูตรนีเจียบู นรินทร์ชันสัทธรัชชานันท์แฮร์รี่จิรัตน์พัวพงษ์พันธ์กรชนกม่วงสิริทริศนัทงามชำนันฤทธิ์จิตติพัฒน์เตโชอัศนีเจียนแยงสรุตาราศีวิสุทธิ์นัชทันตั้งพิรุณธรรมภูดิษฐ์ธีระวรชัยวีรวุฒิบรเวศบุธิกุลภูกิจนัชภาคโคทาโร่เซคิซียิงลีเจนลูคาวิอาเล่ลูซี่นิกสันจิรพัฒน์เรื่องจรุงพงษ์ภูริศมานะวิบูลย์มาริสาออดรีเพย์มาซาคิฮามะ ยกูลฉันทะวรางค์ธีรศักดิ์จินตนามีรสาอัคควัฒนานุกูลกลกรหิรัญทรัพย์รมิดาหานสิริพันธ์ภาวิดาวงศ์รุจิวรานิชกันกรหิรัญทรัพย์บุญชวิสาตรังอดิไสยกุลนาเดียสมตัวชนิตาจงรักศักดิ์ทพัฒน์สะพรั่งผลชิตาพันธ์บุญสิทธิวิจิตรณพลจรุงผลพิพัฒน์นวพัฒน์หิรัญญนิธิวัฒนาทิพย์วิภาภูพิพัฒน์ผลนิชาธรรมานิชานนท์นิโคลัสโอลายาสเวตโยธินรุยนีฮูเชอรีวงศ์พิษอนนท์ไหลสาธิต ออนวราศิลปะอาชาเพียงสิริทิพากรโรจนกิจภวรันท์ลีวุฒินันท์พนาพลาลิขิตอัญญาอิสรางกุลณอยุธยารพัฒน์รังรักสิริสิรินทร์ลิ้มสวัสดิ์วงศ์ลินดาชาบAnd now the string quartet, led by Tan in Year 13 CW, will perform the Dvorak American Quartet Movement 2. Tan has been a member of the chamber music program at Shrewsbury for nearly 5 years and has led his quartet, the Shrewsbury Quartet, in multiple concerts and competition. Most recently, they were awarded 100% for their performance in the AMIS Ensemble competition and have also been selected from all AMIS competition participants to represent the ensemble category in the AMIS Highly Commended Showcase. Tan has been concert master of the Shrewsbury Symphony Orchestra and has performed alongside members of the London Symphony Orchestra and the concert master of the Thailand Philharmonic Orchestra.
Thank you to the Shrewsbury Quartet. Graduates, today marks the end of your journey through the senior school, a significant turning point in your lives. From here, you will take your first steps into adulthood. Some of you will stride forward with confidence, others may tread more carefully, but all of you will move onward. As is tradition with Shrewsbury graduates, you will soon fan out across the globe, representing our school and universities near and far. It's an exciting moment filled with anticipation and promise. This cohort has achieved an incredible 578 university offers from institutions in 10 different countries across 4 continents. Around 59 of you plan to matriculate to the United Kingdom, with destinations including Imperial College, King's College, the London School of Economics, Durham, Edinburgh, Warwick, and the universities of Cambridge and Oxford. In the United States, 35 of you have secured places at prestigious universities, including, but not limited to, Columbia, Cornell, Wellesley College, the Rhode Island School of Design, Carnegie Mellon, and Boston University. 24 of you will stay here in Thailand or move to other parts of Asia. 12 of you are bound for Australia, and others are heading to Europe, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and Ireland. The class of 2025's destinations are as varied as they are impressive, each one a reflection of your individual strengths and aspirations. While Shrewsbury is widely recognized for academic excellence, what truly sets this class apart is your willingness to explore a range of academic pursuits. Among you are students preparing to study environmental science, film, zoology, theology, and hospitality management. This is in addition to our more traditional tracks of medicine, engineering, and law. You are a group that embraces change and innovation, and we are proud to see you forging new paths into dynamic fields of study. As you graduate today, we hope that you do so with pride in all that you've achieved. From this moment forward, you become part of our alumni community. Shrewsbury will always be your school. We encourage you to return to share your stories and your achievements and the unexpected turns your lives may take. And perhaps one day, some of you will return not only as alumni, but as parents, choosing this same school for your own children, just as many former students are doing already. They, like you, value a Shrewsbury education and want the same strong foundation for the next generation. Above all, I hope you leave here with gratitude for your families, your teachers, your friends, and with fond memories of your time here at school. Though we are sad to say goodbye, we do so with joy in our hearts. You're ready. You've been nurtured, challenged, and supported, and taught with care. You leave us strong, curious, and very capable. Today, we celebrate who you are right now, and together we look forward to all you will become. Congratulations, the class of 2025.
Pimmada Phorn Virun. Panaya วงศ์บุญยกุล ธรทันเทิดวงศ์ วรวรรณวลัยโลจายะ พันธวัฒน์วิริยางกูล พานุสรณ์หานชัยกุลพาทินธิดามั่นคงชิติสันเอี่ยมวิริยพงษ์ลันลลินเตชะเจริญวิกุลอารีนุชศรีสุพรวณิชสิริประภัสสรชัยชมพูสิรีลิ้มสวัสดิ์วงศ์สรัญญาหวังวงศ์วิโรจน์ภริมาองค์วาสิทธิ์สราลิ้มสวัสดิ์วงศ์ทิติพัฒน์จำรัดผลเลิศนัทกฤษกุลซาโตะพิภูอัดเบญจพลไพบูลย์ธนกรวงศ์รัศมีธนกรอัธเวชกุลแทนตระกูลจันทรพงศ์ธาราเจริญศิลป์ธีรุตบุญศรีวรเศรษฐิระพรสวัสดิ์ Theo de Corter ชนัทวรชาครียนันท์มาครินควรทรงธรรมธัญนนท์เพชรตระกูลชโยรุ่งโรจนกุลพิมนดาเจริญวัชระรัศมีธนทัศน์วิเศษเด่นชัยซึบาสะซาโตทวิชาบันซาลีไทยทัศน์เทนอุทัยมนสิชาสุทธิเลิศวรกุลวิกเตอร์ฟอสเตอร์วินมหาธราดลสาวินีวีระคเชนวินบุญญานุศาสตร์วินอินทรสมบัติตินสินธิวรรณรงค์ปานวรินทร์ทัศนีไตรเทพธนกฤษปุญญสิทธิ์ Executive Prefect Annabelle Marshall. Papichaya ประพิชยาโภคสวัสดิ์ นาริสาแหวง Oliver Radcliffe. Patchaya Hosakun. Thanyada Bunpochana Sunthorn. Sinara Chalerm Thanakom. Heads of School ทันชนกคงธนชาติ เจรนัยทองไพฑูรย์ Simon Baxter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause and a well-deserved standing ovation to congratulate our exceptional graduates on their remarkable achievements. I would like to introduce Ms. Phillips, Head of Sixth Form, and Mr. Scott, Deputy Head of Sixth Form.
Good afternoon, students, parents, and colleagues. I'd like to start my speech to you today with some philosophy. Now, philosophy is not something I'm particularly well versed in, but if you were to ask me who is my favourite philosopher, I would have an easy answer. But it's not Descartes or Aristotle or even Confucius, it's Winnie the Pooh. One of the quotes most famously attributed to him is this: "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." I'll just say that again. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Now, it turns out that neither Pooh nor A.A. Milne, the author, actually said this, which is an important lesson in fact-checking. But whatever the source of the quote, it seems a very apt way to start my graduation message to you. Because as the tears this afternoon are bound to show, you're saying many goodbyes today. But those goodbyes are hopefully full of fond memories as you look back and reminisce and are thankful for the time you've had here at Shrewsbury, surrounded by so many wonderful people. It was really heartwarming to see you thank your parents earlier, and I would like to add my thanks to them for raising such fantastic young people. Parents, I'm sure you're very proud. And your teachers and tutors are also extremely proud of you. Being a teacher is such a privilege because we get to see students grow and flourish. It's also true that because we teach so many classes and students, that over the years it can become harder to remember each individual. But I have a feeling that won't be said for this year group. For me personally, I've had the privilege of knowing many of you since year 7, and I distinctly remember the year 7 science class I taught way back then in 2018, in which many of you were sitting. Why was it so memorable, I hear you ask? Well, I will mention no names, but it was a class with more than a few, let's say, energetic students. You really kept me on my toes, but it was okay because it was a result of your youthful confidence and enthusiasm and a whole lot of character. And now here you are in year 13. You're more articulate, more mature, more experienced. But importantly, you have retained your individuality, your character, and the energy that you had back in year 7. And that is why you'll be remembered so fondly.
I haven't had quite as much Shrewsbury experience as Miss Phillips, but it has been a privilege to watch you all continue to grow through your time in the sixth form these last 2 years. My sixth form psychology classes quickly became my favorites, as my room was filled with some of the most intelligent, receptive, and engaged students I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. The students sitting here in front of me today were notorious for asking so many interesting questions, to the point where I more often than not ran out of time to teach the actual content I had to cover because we were off on so many fascinating, divergent paths. Our room was filled with laughter and the most enriching learning experience. And this year, I quickly realized this excellence wasn't just taking place within the walls of my classroom, but it was evident across the whole of this incredible year group. We have students getting into some of the most prestigious colleges, publishing their own academic research, directing plays, athletes competing at the highest level, and even just last night, we had the Year 13 Leavers concert, and we got to see some of our amazing musicians and performers. But above all these achievements, it is your character that shines through. You have created a community centered around ambition, collaboration, friendship, and kindness, and it's been wonderful to see this community growing together over the course of this last year. At our Halloween and Christmas events, during the Songkran celebrations, and even just this last weekend at prom, it has been truly wonderful to see the respect and love that you have for each other. I guess you could say that together you have flourished.
So, although on days like this it's natural to look back, to reminisce, and to feel the weight of all that you're leaving behind, graduation is really about looking in 2 directions. It's a moment of reflection, but also one of anticipation. Whether you realised it back in year 7 or not, your whole school journey has been leading to this point, preparing you to step into something new. So now, as you get ready to scatter to universities across the world, as Miss Paps showed us just now, from Bangkok to Boston, from Melbourne to Manchester, I hope you're feeling a sense of excitement for the unknown. It's inevitable that there will be some nerves, but they're not a sign that you're not ready. In fact, that mix of eagerness and uncertainty is exactly what will help you grow, stay grounded, and remain open to everything that is ahead of you. So as you head off into the wide world, please be brave. Be curious. Don't worry about having it all figured out, because nobody really does. I certainly don't, and probably not even Miss Sharp or even Mr. Baxter do. But keep asking good questions, keep listening, and keep learning. You'll surprise yourself with how much you're capable of. And wherever you go from here, know that you'll always have a place here at Shrewsbury, among teachers who believed in you, your classmates who experienced this part of your journey with you, and a community that is endlessly proud to call you one of its own. We can't wait to see what you do next. Congratulations, graduates.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Harmonics, Shrewsbury's advanced close harmony choir, who strive to perform ambitious repertoire, all unaccompanied or a cappella. Singing as a group with no other instruments requires not only strong voices, but a good ear and a willingness to work closely as a team. Ella, Prayer, Jelly, Coco, and Marissa, Harmonics' graduating Year 13s, have been the backbone of the group for many years. Their enthusiasm, obvious love of music, and willingness to work hard and take risks has resulted in many memorable performances over the years, and the distinction of being invited to perform at special events and embassies across Bangkok. Next year's alto section has some big shoes to fill. Today, they are performing a rendition of How Can I Keep From Singing by Robert Lowry. Please help me welcome to the stage Harmonics.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome. True to form, I've not rehearsed this bit, so it could go, we'll see how it goes. But my job is to talk the class of 2025 through their journey in the school. And graduation is always a bit of a bitter, sweet moment. As some of the teachers have said, we've got such fond memories of everyone in their journey through the school. We also know that you're ready to leave, but it's also tinged with some sadness at seeing you go as well. And we're so proud of everything that you've done in the classrooms, in the sports fields, on the stage, or even up a mountain. And so proud in particular of the model that you have shown to all of the other students in the school. And some of you have been here for quite a while. 34 of you, I think, began your journey in EY1 back in 2010, 15 years ago. That's over a quarter of the students sat here. And I think, if this is working, or if Mamiao can click it, here we go. There you are. Look at that. Now, spoiler alert, our digital technology doesn't go back to 2010. So you're very lucky you've escaped. This is from 2012, I believe. But hopefully you can spot yourselves. And a few more of you joined when you joined EY2. There we go. A few more. Some more of you joined in year 1. And hopefully the screen won't cut you off, but some more of you joined in year 2. There you are, right at the bottom. So that means that nearly 40% of you started your journey with us in pre-prep. That's an incredible number. Actually, a further 35 joined the school. Yeah, be afraid, be very afraid. Yeah. By the time year 7 started, meaning that over 65% of you have been in school for at least 7 years together. There we are, looking senior school. And a few more. There we go. And I think, hopefully, here are you all together. Now, unbeknownst to me, I've kind of made it like an island, which is a part of the theme of the speech. But it's the end of your time with us now, and it's time to embark on a new adventure. And life in school seems a little bit like an island sometimes. And often adventure stories are set on islands. And I've got 2 adventure stories to share with you today. One real and one fictional. They are stories I've told before, but they're so good, I'm going to tell them again, because I really think they capture this moment. In 1951, a philosophy teacher turned naval officer called William Golding returned after service in World War II to write the novel Lord of the Flies. I don't know if you've read Lord of the Flies. It seems it's a book that has the feel of a classic adventure story with a group of children stranded on an exotic desert island. But it's anything but. William Golding's experiences both in the war and in the Cold War afterwards mean that he had lost his faith in humanity. Golding subverted the typical happy endings you might find in such novels and went for something much darker. His island is one where the children are selfish, they're power hungry, they're violent. The children end up being taken off the island, but not necessarily rescued. And it took many, many attempts for him to get the book published. 21 publishers rejected it until the book was finally put into print in 1954. And it's been studied as a classic of literature ever since. You might have studied it yourself. But it is just a story. And it turns out that something similar happened in real life. In 1965, a group of 6 school children in the St. Andrew's School at the capital of Tonga were getting bored. And apparently, this is my favourite bit of the whole story, they were particularly fed up with the food that the school canteen was serving. So, in their fury at the food they were being served, they borrowed, in inverted commas, a boat from the local fishermen. They got some provisions, some bananas and some coconuts, and they set off, or they thought they were going to set off, on a 500-kilometre journey to the island of Fiji, which you can't quite see there, but it's in the middle. Needless to say, things didn't go too well. They hadn't even brought a map or a compass, and actually they fell asleep on the first night they were in the boat, and they drifted into a storm which broke their sail and their rudder. They drifted for 8 days, all alone, until they spied an island. The island atoll of Atta, which where they landed. Astonishingly, they were stranded there on this island for 15 months. 15 months altogether, until a passing ship noticed them and came to pick them up. As the ship's captain, a man called Peter Warner, landed, what did he find? Was it like Lord of the Flies, a scene of chaos and carnage? Far from it. These days, Atta is considered uninhabitable, but by the time we arrived, Captain Warner wrote in his memoirs, the boys had set up a small commune with a food garden. They'd hollowed out tree trunks to store rainwater. They'd made a gymnasium with some weights, you can see that at the bottom left, a badminton court, chicken pens, and a permanent fire, all from handiwork, an old knife blade, and much determination. One of them even made a guitar, which you can see in the picture on the right, that they played to raise their spirits. And when the boys were checked out by medics, the doctors were absolutely amazed at what good health they were in. One of them at one point had even broken his leg, and the children had worked together to set it with a splint, and it had healed perfectly. All brilliantly exciting. And by the way, these pictures are taken after the fact in a documentary made in 1966. And all of this adventure for me isn't the most important part of the story. Here's a photo taken just after Peter Warner rescued the boys, about 2 years afterwards. But that's not the most important part of the story either. This picture is. 50 years later, Peter Warner, the captain of the boat, was still great friends with the boys, and they met up when they could. He actually got them out of jail straight after the incident because the fishermen pressed charges for theft. He gave them jobs aboard the boat when they left school, and Peter himself even settled in Tonga and set up his own school. Out of what you might think would be the most difficult experience, they had forged a lifelong connection with each other. Through this adventure, they had become the deepest of friends. And like the children on that island, the years that you have spent in this school, punctuated 5 years ago by the isolations and disruptions of the pandemic, and very recently by an earthquake, have revealed into sharp focus your greatest strengths that have been there all along. Your resilience, your sense of community, our community, and friendships, strengths that will last far beyond life at school. And here you are. I wonder if you remember this day. We were just checking. This was the day of the earthquake. You took this photo in the morning, and what a great celebration of you all. You leave us now as students, but you begin another journey, another voyage as alumni, a worldwide community that is now over 2,000 strong. And I had the pleasure, actually, a couple of years ago, of meeting up with the students that graduated in 2004, students known to Miss Sharp. They now have their own families and new lives across the world. But they spoke so vividly about the time in school, the friends they made, the mischief they created, the teachers. They shared memories with Miss Sharp on that evening and lessons they liked and disliked. But most importantly, we were able to get these people together 20 years after they'd left school because they were still very much in touch with each other. They still met up for holidays. They still laughed at each other's stupid jokes. The bonds they had forged through their time in school had stayed with them 20 years later I even remember one of them couldn't make it and we were a bit flustered. They got them straight on a Zoom call over in America because they knew them so well. One of them dug out photos of Miss Sharp from the very time they were at school to show us on their phone. Absolutely brilliant. The memories they had stayed with them 20 years later, and I have no doubt that some of you may be at a similar event in 2045. It's been an absolute honour and a privilege to be on that journey with you. I myself joined the school in 2010. You are really welcome back to Shrewsbury at any time. I wish you all the very best on your adventures. As we always say, Floreat Salopia. I have the enormous pleasure of welcoming Jelly and Bouquet to the stage as heads of school.
Good afternoon, friends, family, teachers, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. It's an honor to be able to be here and speak to you for one last time. I used to joke that being at school for so many hours a day meant that I would see certain people more often than I saw my family. It also meant that in many times when I needed immediate help or advice, I would turn to those closest to me, my friends and my teachers. And as time went on, I realized soon enough that through helping each other out and being present, we were all growing into each other's found family. I'm sure that many of you still have very vivid memories of our karaoke nights on our residentials, soldiering our way through Duke of Edinburgh treks, struggling to get out of bed for Google Meets during the pandemic, and endless revision and prep for GCSEs and now A-levels, and so much more. To say that we've been through the trenches together is an understatement, and not just a pun regarding our time studying Journey's End. No matter how long you have spent your time here at Shrewsbury, I'm sure that a large part of the fear and perhaps the excitement of graduating today involves the losing of something we have grown so accustomed to and familiar with in our daily lives. Even if you have joined as recently as the sixth form part of our journey, we have all at one point been in this together, and because of that, I hope we can be forever. With graduation season in full swing, it is important to recognize those you are grateful for. I am grateful that many of you actually listened to our speeches. I'm glad that you still remember my anecdote from earlier this year about being scared to climb up the stairs, and God knows how many times people still say to me, "You miss all the shots you don't take." But in a year's time, when we are all oceans away from each other, if you were to remember anything from any of our speeches, I hope you will remember this one. I hope that by thinking of this speech, you will text that friend, catch up with them, tell them about your day in your new and incredibly changed life. Remember where you came from and the people that brought you to where you are today, and be grateful for them. We would like to thank the people who have helped us along the way with our journey as heads of school this year. We would, especially Ms. Shearer, who has helped us grow in our leadership roles, and of course, Ms. Paps and Mr. Miller. You've been there every step of the way, even if it meant countless 7 a.m. meetings. Most importantly, thank you for being such an awesome year group to be a part of. It truly makes us proud to say that we are part of Shrewsbury's class of 2025. Thank you for doing silly poses for our countdown, for answering our polls and questions, and for being unafraid to give us feedback, but also understanding when we work on it. There's a chance that tonight will be the last time you see many of the people around you for a long time. However, it doesn't have to be the last time you think about them or the last time you consider them your friends or people that you can rely on. I'm sure that you are all aware of the uncertain times we are stepping into, which will likely become a constant for the next few years. It is in times like these that we need each other the most. After all, in a novel, turning a new chapter does not mean that you need to start a blank slate. Take the support and love that you have accumulated here in Shrewsbury and use it to strengthen yourself in your future endeavors. I would like to close with a quote from one of my favorite authors whose work has shaped my childhood and taught me to love reading and to stay curious. From Lemony Snicket, "All cannot be lost when there is still so much to be found. Do not give up." Thank you.
I'm sure many of you still remember your first day here in Shrewsbury, and most of you wouldn't. I personally still remember my first day here in year 7, my last first day here in year 13, and also my last day of school here today. As proud as I am to have graduated, I know we're not just parting ways from each other, but we're also leaving such a vital part of our childhood behind, this school and all of the teachers in it. So let us take a moment to recognize them. To all of our teachers, thank you. Thank you for teaching us not only the syllabus, but also important life lessons I know you will take with us as we step forward into our higher education and, more intimidatingly, adulthood. Thank you for giving us your 110% every class, every form time, and every assembly. Thank you for never giving up on us. I hope you know how much we appreciate you and how lucky we are to have been in your class, struggling a little bit with the content you teach, but laughing our way through it together. Now, I know that Shrewsbury teaches us not to dwell on our regrets, because we really shouldn't. But I know if I don't say mine now, I might cry about it later. So here goes. Firstly, I regret not taking more swim classes because maybe I wouldn't have to adjust this mic every time I speak after Jelly. I also regret talking to Nini after my maths exam because I found that not a lot of my answers matched hers. I also regret not saying thank you to my teachers, family, and friends every chance I get because they have truly shaped me into the person I am today. And lastly, I regret not making friends with many of you sooner because I cannot imagine my life without many of you now. Actually, without all of you. Without coming to this school 5 days a week, which, if we count out the summer break, basically feels like every single day of my life. And even though I complain about waking up at 5 a.m. to battle during traffic every morning, I know I'll miss getting to complain about it the moment I don't have to anymore. Because getting to complain about school every day made me realize how stable my life was. I know I'll always have to come to school, power through my 6 periods, and get to argue with my friends about what we should have for lunch. And I know I'll always have support everywhere around me. The thought of my card no longer letting me through the front gate, having to wear a visitor lanyard the next time we come into school, having to say I was Shrewsbury class of 25 instead of I am, and going off into July and August knowing that my next first day will be a Monday and not some random day like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday like it is here. All of this is so scary to me, and I know it scares many of you as well. Graduating will be hard. Leaving the school will be hard, and having to step outside of our comfort zones in this next chapter of our lives will be hard and different. So I hope you know that it is okay to not know exactly where you'll be or what you'll be doing in the next few years. However, it is important that we live each day with positivity, gratitude, and always doing things that make us feel comfortable in our own skin. And most importantly, I hope you know that whenever stepping outside of your comfort zones become tiring or draining on you, you are always welcome to step back in. And I know all of us will be here for you always. Class of 2025, you have truly been a friend. As much as I like to live in the moment, I feel that with us, my most favorite memories are made when I take a step back from the center of action and just observe. And I encourage all of you to find the chance to do the same. Because even as a bystander, Getting to watch as you guys interact with each other, laughing, playing, working together, and working hard is truly a privilege. Moments like seeing you guys figure out how to become each countdown letter, listening to the painful karaoke on the bus ride to Hua Hin, quietly watching the shirt signing from the 6th floor balcony, and watching as we all walked into this hall today are memories that I know will stick with me forever. I hope you know that our time here has had an impact that extends beyond the people we reach directly, but also to the younger students that will be standing here and sitting here in 5 or 10 years' time. So even though it's weird and corny, I'm proud of all of us and how far we've come. Thank you for being the most amazing cohort to be a part of and to head girl for, and for being the safe space I know any of us can fall back onto whenever we need support. Looking around me, I see not only my friends, but also my forever family. So no matter how far apart we'll be from each other, do not be a stranger. Thank you.
Okay, graduates, so for the past year we've been saying that you're almost ready, but not quite ready for the challenges of adulthood and for life beyond Shrewsbury. Today, as several people have said, that changes. Today you are ready. Ready to take on the world, but not as Miss Phillips says, because you've got all the answers. No one does. Rather because you've learned to ask better questions, because you've learned how to think critically, to care deeply, and because you've learned how to keep moving forward even if the path isn't clear. As was just said, the world that you're heading into can feel uncertain, unpredictable, but you are not going into it unprepared. You're taking with you everything that you've learned here at this school about resilience, about relationships, and about yourselves. You know that we predict great things for you, and we're confident that you'll use what you've learned to make thoughtful, wise decisions along the way. But let's be honest, some lessons still lie ahead. And one thing that we can be certain about is this, that at university you will want and need clean clothes. And so, with your newfound independence comes a few reality checks. You'll soon discover that laundry does not, in fact, do itself. That socks do mysteriously disappear. And that separating your whites and colours is not a suggestion, it's survival. Which is why then, in keeping with our very proud tradition, we're sending you off with a practical parting gift, your very own Shrewsbury laundry bag, which you can collect from Coon 9 outside the Memorial Hall. Congratulations, graduates, from all of us. You are ready. And now, to a final round of applause, please stand and then make your way outside to meet your families afterwards for the reception